we can discuss about the day 3. In the day 2 itself, we are discuss about the basic commands which we are required for us. So we can today class can discuss about the files. So how can you create a file and how to work with the files. So we are get to know everything each concept in detail manner. And we have like a touch command. So which we are mainly using for creating the files. Using the touch command, we can create the empty files. So if we create like touch file 1, it will create a new file. If you want to create multiple files, you can create touch file 1, file 2, file 3. Like this, you can create multiple files. So if you give the ls, it displays how many files you have created. I have created file 1, file 2, file 3. So we can create files in a sequential order as well. So for example, if you want to create 10 files, so instead of like creating everything, if you want to type 1, 2, 3 file name, so it's a difficult task for us, right? So instead of like we are creating like file followed by flower braces 1 to 7. So it creates a 7 files. So if we give ls, so it displays 7 files. So if you want to create 100 files, touch file 1 to 100. So it creates multiple files. So if you give ls, so it displays 100 files. So if you want to remove any file, we can remove. So in the last class, we can discuss about the echo, right? So which we are mainly for the echo redirection. So echo is mainly for the writing our contents of the files. So it will write our contents to a file. So for example, if you have created an empty file using the Linux, means using the touch command. So if you want to create if you want to insert some matter to the file, then you can insert like this. So if you create like echo hello people. So if you want to insert in the first file, file 1, you give ls cat file 1. So cat is mainly we are using for the displaying the contents. So in the file 1, we have created an empty file using the touch, but you have entered some matter to the file 1. Then it will be displayed here. We have like a append command as well. So append means it's override our values. So what is going to be? I will show you. So you have written a hello people in the file 1, but you want to override the values. Means you want to change from hello people to hello Linux adminers. If you want to override, means the file 1 itself, if you see cat file1. So it displays what are the values we have written. We have discussed about the cat command, right? So it displays the contents which are available on the terminal. So we have written some matter into the file one. So it displays. So for example, if you give the file two, for example, let's see, we have created an empty file, right? So there is no matter in this. So nothing will be displayed because we haven't write anything. And we have like a more command. So using this more, it will displays. For example, let's see. So more means so it's mainly like when you have written something in the cat file itself. So in the cat file itself, it has like a several. So if you have displayed like by using the cat file one, it displays the contents available in this file. So, but if you want to know entire thing, if this file one has like a 1,000 number of lines. So if you want to dump everything at once on the screen, so we can't read it more properly, right? So because for example, if we take we have like a 10,000 lines in our code or else in any textbook or matter. But if you want to read only some of the matter which are important to you. So by using this more and less commands, it will display. Same as like if you are seeing the WhatsApp, you see the text message. There is like a big passage. So there itself we are getting like a more. If you want to read the only less contents, there itself we are getting the only like less. Same as like we are using. So for example, if you give the more etc password. So if you see here, you give more means you are getting each and every context here. So if you give the less there, if you type less means only less contents will be visible. So let me show you again less etc password. For example, if you give the less, so this is the terminal. Here some of the keys that we have got. So that's why we are not using the we can connect to the mobile system and we can see. We can close this. We can connect through either Putty or mobile system. So which we are mainly using for the connecting our Linux machine. So here we need to copy the public IP address and provide as remote host. And we have to specify the username. So there itself in the Linux machine, If you see here, who is the user, you can get to know. Just a minute, I will show you. Can we see this? It's available. Just a minute. Let me see. I want to show you about the username. Oh, now okay. Yes, we can see it. Right? It's not displaying. We can see this. Okay, we can see this later. So by default, for an EC2, it's like a EC2 user, and we can click on the advanced searcher. SSH settings. We have to click on the private key. We have to insert the if we have inserted the private key, so then you use it. We are able to connect. So we have discussed about the more and less commands. There will be like a head and tail commands as well as. So head means, for example, if we see head means the top of the commands. So the first commands which we want to display. The tail means the last commands. It's available bottom lines. So for example, if we have like a hundreds of 10,000 files, means if they have like a 10,000 text, means 10,000 lines in a some code. But if you want to display only first 5 lines using the head command, you can give like head file and display your context. And by using the tail, you can display the tail command. So for example, if we give the in the root user, we have created files, right? So then we can switch the sudo -i and switch to the root user. So for example, if we give the ls, it will display the files. So in the head, file 1. So in the file 1 itself, only like 2 or 3 variables we have. So for example, if we can give like head etc password, for example, if we see this, only few lines will be visible to us. So if you want to display from the etc password to only displays first 5 lines, you can give like head. The command is like head -n and file name. So if you give means file name is not available. That's why it's not saying head -n. N means number of files. So we need to give the -etc password. So it displays only 5 lines. If you give the less tail -n file etc password. So it displays lost file lines. And we have like a copy command. So it copies from contents from one file to another file. So we have like a copy command. So we have like copy file 1 to file 2. If you want to copy the matter from file 1 to file 2, it will display. So if you want to override permissions, yes. So if you see cat file 2, there it's we have entered. So we see the file 2 itself, it have displayed. We have like a move command. So move is for renaming the file. We say at the same time it which we are using for the copy the contents. So we want to file 2 to file 3. Move the matter. So yes. If we give cat file 3. So if we see the cat file 2. So there is no such directory. So it was renamed to file 3. And we have like a RM. Remove the files. So we have like a remove minus F file 1. So it displays. So if we give the ls, so there is no file 1 is displayed here. So if you want to delete 100 files, so if you give the file 1 to one to 100 if you want to remove. So if you give the ls, you see there is no files. That's why we are using the rm minus rf. Till now we have discussed about the how the uses of files.